My name is Ken Tay. I was born in Malaysia. It's peninsular, but where I was born was an island. It's called Penang. Many people, they don't know where is Penang. It's the peninsula is south of Thailand, and then Penang Island is on the northwest of the peninsula. But before the British went, it was kind of like an abandoned island.
Okay.
Just fishermen, little fishing village.
Yeah. And now it's there are several communities on Penang Island, or
It's actually it's the second largest city in Malaysia. When I was born, it was a British colony, and we still sing "God Save the Queen" and all that. And then I went to school. I learned 2 languages. And later they added another language as a native language, Malay. So I first started in Chinese, Mandarin, and English. And I think it was like on 4th grade they added that language. But my father always tell me, make sure you know Chinese and English. Malay is not that important to you. I've been painting since 9 years old.
wow.
Yeah. Chinese traditional landscapes, flowers and birds, human figure. My father and my grandfather trained me first.
Oh, were they painters?
Yeah, amateur because my grandfather was in the press. My father was in business. At age 11, I met a great master, Zhang Daqian.
He's a painting master.
Yeah, he's well known in China. And when I saw his painting, I was like amazed, and I kept telling my family, I want to learn from him. He was the best. And even until today, many people think he's the best, and many critics say that he's the best in the last 500 years of Chinese history.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and my grandfather kind of knew him, and I got to meet him and show him my work. And he wanted to take me in as a student. We had dinner. And I showed him his work, and the old Chinese ways. I had to kneel down to him and do the kowtow as a very respectful way to greet him. And then I didn't get to go, and then 1 year later I went to England, and then when I finished high school in England, I was thinking of how could I pick up my painting, and so I talked to my father, and I said I would go to school in Taipei, and because at that time Zhang Daqian visited Taipei very often, so I make arrangement that I went to school in Taipei so I can meet him again. So I wrote to him, we were writing, then I met him in Taipei, and he said, I'm too old now, I'm not taking in any students, but I'll appoint one of my students to teach you. My mentor's name was Sun Yunsheng.
Right.
And Zhang Daqian wrote to him and said, quit your job, bring your whole family, come to Brazil and paint with me. And my mentor stayed with him for 3 years, and Zhang Daqian supported him with his wife and 3 kids.
Wow.
And then in 55, my mentor went back to Taipei, and all the universities wanted to hire him to teach in the art department. And I consider myself really lucky that even though I did not become the direct student of Zhang Daqian, but I still study under one of his best students. When I finished my graduate study in KU, Kansas University, and my advisor said, well, you want to continue to do PhD, or if you want to get a job, because my major was in East Asian languages and culture, and he said, well, probably California is a good place for you to go. So I came and I got hired as a bilingual teacher. The time when I grew up, nobody in my community spoke Malay. Everyone just spoke the few Chinese dialects and English. The street I used to live is called the Beach Street in Georgetown. I remember when I was a little kid, the way they taught us is that England is still, United Kingdom is your motherland. Yeah, they try to teach us.
Did you feel that?
Not really.
No.
Not really, tell you the truth. Yeah.
Is it strange for you when you go back?
When I went back to Malaysia?
Yeah.
Kind of. And because the Chinese community is pretty big there, so when I went back, I kind of blend in, and the local people sometimes speak Malay to me, and I say, I don't understand. I came to California in 1982. Actually, I consider California as my home.
Yeah.
I feel I'm very American. I feel like for me, it's like if you will ask me to go move and live in Malaysia, I don't think I can do that.
No.
Yeah. It's like too far away already. Too far gone.
Yeah.
California is the place that I lived the longest. What the thing that I like best? Multicultural. Yeah. Many things. Even if you even look at food, restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the part I love to eat.